darlings. You caught me working on my biggest project ever. For my favorite wrestling event, Halloween Havoc 91. And this year, Juan Elvira is building a chamber of horrors.
Two teams and heaps of craze in a maze. Who can survive in a race against time?
At Halloween Havoc, anything can happen.
Halloween Havoc 91, Chamber of Horrors. Live Sunday, October 27th, only on pay-per-view.
Welcome, everybody, to another action-packed episode. It's a very special episode of AWI Pod Worldwide because today we're going to finish our watch-along of the 1991 Halloween Havoc pay-per-view. I, of course, am your host, Brett Piles, and with me, as always, is my partner from across the ocean and from the future. It is GA Wrestling Night, Glenn Abbott. Glenn, how are you?
I'm doing well. I can't see this being as good as last week, though.
There is almost no chance that anything that we do from here on out on AWI Pod that will ever be as good as the Chamber of Horrors match. I think we just have to accept it.
Yeah, I think so.
Just got to accept an experience. Other thing that we're going to have to accept is this show is absolutely perfect because we've got Master Perfect with us. Master Perfect, how are you?
I am doing better than a Blue Chew ad that sponsored the lever at Halloween Havoc because it could not stay erect.
Yeah, you're right. That was not a good advertisement for Blue Chew.
They just could not keep that lever up.
No, even Val Venus wouldn't have been happy with the way that couldn't have arisen to the occasion. You're right.
No.
Correct. I hadn't thought of that, but wow. You were absolutely correct. Wow. Yeah, no, I came down here and I looked at like the rest of the card, and there are matches that we're gonna skip. Like I'm not fixing to watch Stone Cold Steve Austin wrestle Dustin Rhodes to a time limit draw because that's just not what we're supposed to do.
That doesn't sound like something we would watch.
That's something. That's a match to talk about anything else match.
Yeah, that's when I start showing you the new wrestling figures I got. No, I'm just kidding. Anything of note anybody wants to discuss before we get into watching this Halloween Havoc here?
Well, we had a little comment about last week, if I can find it.
I love comments.
Unless
they're mean comments, then fuck you. No, but I know they're
not. From UTT Rob, he said, "Great AWIP this week, Glenn, but we need to compare notes before recording of our episode. Dropping as we're blaming Jim Cornette for the new age." Look, that was something. That was something else. This is. He says, Dan Griffin. He said, just listening to the Halloween Havoc episode, the broccoli story. Fucking hell.
Yes.
If you
ever have a pain in your side, it might just be some broccoli. The most dangerous vegetable out there.
And if you don't know what we're talking about, go back and listen to last week's episode.
Yeah, I mean, if you're listening to this one and you didn't listen to that one, I don't know what you're doing with your life. Go back and listen to that. Listen to it more than once, I would suggest. And I'm full disclosure, I was wasted last week when we did the show. When I edited it, I went, there was a point where the internet went out because I remember that at all. And I asked Rachel, she's like, yeah, you came up here and was like, who unplugged the internet? I was like, I literally don't remember that. I have no recollection of that whatsoever. So not only we watched Chamber of Horrors, but I was drunk.
At least it was a nice surprise to you when you edited it and found out what we were up to.
Uh-oh.
And Glenn rap. There was rapping. We did. I love your dog making a run in there. That was great.
I know. He's like, "What are you doing?"
He's like, over here. Yeah, and Glenn was rapping the Sugar Hill Gang. It might have been the greatest episode of AWI Pod ever. It might have been. Could very well have been. But yeah. So, anything else? Anything else anybody wants to talk about? Get off their chest.
There was a rumor going around this week that Adam Pearce has been cleared to wrestle. And tonight on SmackDown,
I see.
There was big friction between him and Nick Aldis. And as Nick Aldis was having Adam Pearce and Jay Uso removed from the building, Pearce turned to him and said, "Let the games begin." So there's going to be, I think there's been 3 interesting months coming up, and I would not be surprised if they end up having a match at WrestleMania.
Well, I do know the one night where, wait, that's Night of Champions. Never mind. I was going to say when the brand supremacy goes 1-on-1, where it used to be kind of Survivor Series.
Yeah,
I could see them being on a Survivor Series team on opposite sides of a Raw team and a SmackDown team. And then Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis being on a separate team. Now, I didn't watch any of SmackDown tonight, so
that's kind of what I thought too, Mayor, when it happened. Is I kind of thought, well, maybe we're going to get some sort of, brand thing at Survivor Series, and like I know a lot of people don't like that, and I don't love it. I'm not over the moon about it, but I hate as much as other people hated it. But if it was just one match, if it was just one 5-on-5 traditional Survivor Series match where it's SmackDown versus Raw, I think that's really cool to do that every year.
I love that.
Just one 5-on-5, but we don't need the whole show to be about it. You know what I mean?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, it got a bit silly when they started doing every match was team on team over 5-on-5.
Yeah.
It was fun in 1989 or 88, whenever it was the first time.
Yeah.
Or even the second time, but after that, it kind of lost its luster.
I would be honest, though, if they did, I'm not saying they would have to do like a live produced premium live event for this, but if they if they shot this as a house show and then showed it, like on Thanksgiving Day or Thanksgiving Eve and did a bunch of 5-on-5 traditional Survivor Series matches, I would really love to see that just because the nostalgia of it, because I used to watch that every year when I was a kid on Thanksgiving or Thanksgiving Eve. So like, it doesn't have to take place those days, but it'd be really cool if they like shot it and then showed it to us those days. I don't know. I think it would be cool, but I'm also an old man. We're all old men here. But yeah, that was interesting. John Cena. I'm assuming John Cena is going to be in some sort of tag team match at Crown Jewel. Maybe John Cena and Jay versus Jimmy and Solo. Because the mayor didn't see it. Spoiler alert, Mayor. But John Cena came out there and kind of did like maybe he was going to hang it up speech, and then he was like, "No, I think the time is now." And then he challenged whoever to come out, and it was Solo. And they started going at it, and then Jimmy came out, and then Jay came out like under a hood and showed it was. So I'm assuming that that's what's going to happen at Crown Jewel. They have John Cena, so I wouldn't assume that he wouldn't be on that show. You know what I mean?
You would think so. He's going to be over there,
unless he doesn't want to go over there. Which, I mean, I could see that too. But yeah, that's really all I got. I haven't watched any wrestling this week besides SmackDown, so.
I did watch some of Raw, some of NXT, but nothing that overwhelmed me that was so great. But Gunther and Bronson Reed was a fun match.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Meaty men slapping meat.
Yeah, a lot of meat slapping there.
Mm-hmm.
No bread, no water, just meat. Booker T says a lot.
Oh God.
Well,
the only time Booker T is good is when Trick Williams comes out. When he goes, that's good. That is really good.
No, I did like that. The weird thing is, I love Booker T on his podcast, just being himself. But then when he turns it up like 10 notches on NXT being goofy Booker T, I don't like it as much.
Yeah. There's nothing like the only time I don't like Booker T is on NXT. Everything else
No.
about him I love. He
he's
was in one of my favorite tag team of all time. Booker T was in.
He just needs to turn down the reins. Sometimes he does, and he's really good at it. And then other times it's just whoom, like he's off the charts.
Yeah.
An
An 8-year-old do it.
The other thing from Tuesday was Trick Williams getting himself put in the title contenders match and then getting attacked before he even got in the match.
Do you think it was Rikishi?
What?
Could it be?
He did it for the Rock.
Paid. I would say he did it more for Camilla Hayes this time.
So is that who you think did it? You think Carmelo Hayes is the one who beat him up?
Yeah.
I can see it. That's what I thought too when I first saw that happen. I said probably
when it was first announced that he had been put in the match, Carmelo didn't look happy about it.
So would you say that he whooped that Trick?
Well, apparently so. We didn't see it happen, so we don't know.
We ain't got no idea who to whoop that Trick. I ain't sure what that means, to be honest with you.
Could have been Two Dimes or whatever his name is, Tony Stacks.
It's that ghost that lurks around in the car park.
That's what it is.
Car park, attacking people that did it.
Well, Bea Priestley, I think, was the last one that was the attacking. So maybe she went back into that and she took out Trick Williams.
Yeah.
Maybe, Glenn. Maybe the same person who completely took out Saray when she was supposed to fight Mako Satomura for the NXT NXT UK Women's Championship. Maybe it was the same person because we've never found out the answer to that either.
No, was she let go?
Yeah. We literally never saw her again.
I just figured she's been injured. I'd never thought about it again.
No, she just went.
Yeah, she came in at a bad time because she came in right at the beginning of the 2.0 era. They weren't going to do anything with her in the 2.0 era.
No, they were still developing characters and, growing their own, I guess, homegrown talent at that time.
Yeah.
And as it proved, it was a dodgy time, but it turned into really good telly now, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's definitely come full circle for sure. Absolutely. All right. Without further ado, let's watch some more 1991 Halloween Havoc as I put it up on the screen here. And here we go. I'm not really sure what the first match is, but we're all going to find out together. Is it really going to? I have to press play twice. Okay. All right, maybe twice doesn't work. Is the third time?
That's I'm lucky.
No, it's not. Okay, we'll do this.
Well, better move.
And we'll come back in.
Oh, is it Luger and Sit and
we're not watching Luger and
Ron and Simmons. Oh, I saw a Diamond Stud.
Oh, it's Starcade 1991. It's coming up. Is that battle? It is the Lethal Lottery.
Yeah.
We would watch that, but we already did one of those.
Yeah.
And
we'll have to wait. We'll do Battle Bowl next year.
Battle Bowl.
And whatever they do with it isn't going to be anywhere near as good as...
Where are my dogs? 1 second.
I got it.
Oh, my God.
Oh, it's Oz.
From the Emerald City.
Oh, this isn't the one. I thought this is the entrance where he had all the munchkins with him, but that must be another one.
Yeah, I mean, I wish it would have been. God damn it,
Kevin Nash, like one of the most outspoken people in wrestling history. How did he let this go? He had to hate this and be like, "This is the shit, man." Like, come on.
Yeah, I don't think he was like, yeah, I love it.
Because he is like a really outspoken person.
We're pretty green in the business at this point, so maybe here comes Bill Kazmaier. He's got the whole world on his back. He's got the whole wide world on his back. He's literally got the fucking world on his back. He's Mr. Bill Kazmaier's on his back. Yeah.
Why is he dressed like an American gladiator?
He's got a big butt.
How
much I can tell you.
I wonder if Kevin Nash went to Scott Hall and said, Have you still got that blonde dye that you used back in 1989?
Yes, let me borrow that.
Yeah.
Old Bill here. Oh, this is gonna be two meaty men slapping meat here, ain't it?
Some
It's
big
a-
boys in this ring.
Yeah.
There we go. I mean,
Kevin Nash's hair looks so good there.
Yes. Yeah.
How did he grow it out in a year? Like in '92, he has like a full mane.
But,
well,
I'm not talking Aubrey Edwards.
but there's nothing there that says Wizard of Oz, is there?
No.
Absolutely nothing.
I don't I don't know how that guy walked into the room and you went, oh, we'll make him the Great Oz.
Yeah.
What do you think Bill Kazmaier's wish was when he saw the Great Oz?
Oh, he said, I'm going to click my heels 3 times and you're going to go back to bouncing at a strip club, okay? Because that's better for you than this fucking gimmick.
If I only had a globe. I don't know. Like, what did he say? He said, I want the whole world in my hands, and he granted him the wish.
There you go.
Oh, Oz said, shit, we're not in Kansas anymore.
Oh my God, is it pouring down out there, guys?
Oh, here we go. We're going to get a test of strength. Why would you do a test of strength of the world's strongest man, you dummy?
I mean, you can only win that title if you defeat the world's strongest man.
I guess that's true. I saw a video on Instagram today, and it was of Braun Strowman, and he, I guess, challenged this like world arm wrestling champion, and he was like talking shit to this guy because this guy looked like a lot older than him, and his arms aren't as big as Braun Strowman's. But Braun was like talking shit, and he like pushed him, and this guy fucking laid waste to Braun Strowman in arm wrestling. Like Braun was trying so hard, and the dude was just shaking his head like, nope, and then he just slammed him down like it was nothing.
That's so hard to believe because Braun, I mean, he's got to be ridiculously strong.
Yeah.
But those arm wrestling guys are on another level.
They're on a total different level.
That guy has been driving a semi truck, lifting weights, trying to save his son from Robert Loggia
And Terry Funk.
and Terry Funk. Yeah.
And the whole mechanic of training for arm wrestling is totally different from training your arms for wrestling.
Yeah. I mean, I've never trained to be an arm wrestler or be a wrestler, so I don't know. But I just thought it was funny because he got what was coming to him because he was talking so much shit and then he got wasted.
Because he didn't drive truck and break arms and arm wrestle because that's what he does.
If Braun Strowman wants to win in arm wrestling, he needs to get his son stolen by Robert Loggia.
Has he actually been released?
No, he hasn't. No. Maybe he's injured. Maybe he's doing the arm wrestling circuit, I guess.
Yeah.
Who, Oz? Yeah, Oz got released.
Yeah,
out of here.
Oh my God, he just killed Bill Kazmaier.
Oh,
He just crippled him.
I hope that's the finish. Oh,
no.
Nah, Kazmaier will be okay. He's the world's strongest man.
no, he's got the world's shortest neck now.
It
Well, he
wasn't
did anyway. That was probably what protected him there as he came down on his head.
Are his boots say K and A?
I don't know because there was an angle of him there and all I could see was his package.
I was gonna say, why is he pointing at me? What is he doing? He's skinning the cat.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive. It says Kaz because he's Bill Kazmaier.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he hit him with the high knee.
No.
Where's
Don't
the
steal
booty man
Brutus.
when you need him?
Wait, is he gonna hit Olympic slam?
Oh no, it's the torture rack.
Good Lord. That's ridiculous to have Kevin Nash in a torture rack.
Yeah, nothing.
Or Oz, I should say.
So he's got Oz on his boots.
Yeah.
And Bill Kazmaier, and Oz has to do the job for Bill Kazmaier as well.
Well,
Not only dodgy gimmick, but has to do the job for him.
If you would have asked me, did Bill Kazmaier ever beat Kevin Nash in a match? I probably would have laughed.
kind of
Yeah.
yes.
Especially with a torture rack.
With a torture rack, I really would have laughed. I'd have had you tested for drugs.
It was like when me and Glenn saw, Jerry the King Lawler tag team with Rob Van Dam. I was like, if someone had told me that, I wouldn't have believed it.
No.
I would not have believed it. Jim Ross must be saying something really important about barbecue sauce, and Tony Schiavone's interested. Tony Schiavone's like, I like ribs.
Yeah.
I can't believe how young Tony Schiavone looked in that first on the Sid episode we did many days ago.
Yeah.
I mean, just earlier. But that Sid episode.
That's
Tony
actually coming out
Schiavone
later.
Tony Schiavone actually looked like he was like 18 years old there.
He probably was. No, not 18, but
He looks as though he's chucked down a few more burgers since that time.
Yeah, him and JR have been having some beers and burgers.
that's right. That's right. I miss drinking beer. Can't do it anymore. Get sick.
And burgers.
I can still eat burgers. I can still do that. So that it's a good thing. A good way to look at it. Who do we got now? Oh, it's fucking
no.
Van Hammer.
Van Hammer.
Oh my gosh. Be As We Was.
Another one. We've got 2 of our top 10 bad gimmicks here in a row.
Wow.
What is this? What is he doing?
He's digging somebody up.
With a jackhammer?
Hopefully it's not a broomstick.
yeah.
Gonna be pissed.
Don't let Sid see it. What are they doing? Why are they doing this?
I don't know, but hopefully if there's someone in there, they don't get hit with the jackhammer.
Oh,
I don't mean
he's Van Hammer and it's a jackhammer. Okay.
Oh.
you think Bill Goldberg's pissed that he's using the jackhammer?
Well, he's playing for the Falcons right now, so he doesn't care probably.
I hate this guy.
Yeah, he's pretty boy Doug Summers too, which is very interesting. I heard a rumor that I heard a story, not a rumor, obviously, but I heard a story that Van Hammer, when he first came in, literally came in and said, "Good news, guys, I'm here to save the company."
Oh yeah, I heard Arn tell that story before. I mean, at least he's got a good tan.
He looks like a reject from the American Gladiators. Like, he looks like a guy who lasted 1 episode, and then they were like, "Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah.
It's very true. He kind of does look like Malibu. If you remember what just went on there? Did
Yeah,
he
it
save
was
the
like Malibu.
company?
Yeah, you're right. He does look like Malibu. Doug
Oh,
Summers is like thinned down. Because I remember him wrestling in the AWA against the Midnight Rockers, and his gut was way bigger than the one he's got now.
I'm wondering why this dog was sitting here staring at me, but we kept talking about Malibu, and that's the dog's name.
Oh,
She keeps coming at me and staring at me, and I'm like,
Doug,
what are you doing?
the fuck do
You
want?
cold?
Go away. Oh, never mind. We're saying your name.
Oh my God, the crowd, nobody gives a shit. Look at this. There's not a soul. He's trying to get him to clap. They're like, no, okay, now they're doing it. Now he's got it.
The crowd went mild.
The crowd
guy.
in the bathroom.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a leak. This guy sucks.
Oh my gosh.
What are you
Oh,
doing?
you nearly killed him.
Oh no, don't kick
What,
out.
you kicked out of it?
No.
Kicked out.
Fuck this guy.
Pee-wee was like, I'm not counting again. You're
No.
done.
Yeah.
The one person that I dislike more than Lex Luger, this fucking guy.
I hate him.
Fuck this guy.
He reminds me of Lex Luger and Ultimate Warrior wrapped into one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And not to mention, he got a DUI and he ran a kid over with his car and then he left the scene. So fuck this guy. Van Hammer, if you're listening to this show, fuck you.
You're a real piece of shit, Van Hammer.
I wish he'd spin the guitar and it was fucking smack him in the head. That would make me really happy.
I hear you can decapitate someone with guitar strings, and I'd hope that would happen to him.
If it has to happen to someone. If it has to happen to someone.
Oh, young
We're not
Brian.
watching the next one because it's Brian Pillman versus Ricky Morton.
Mhm.
And we ain't fixing to watch that because that's too good for our taste.
Speaking of that, next week on Tuesday, I believe we get the debut match of Alexis King,
Yes.
Oh,
aka
nice.
Brian Pillman Jr.
Nice. Got to interview Brian Pillman in the very early days of AWI Pod. Nice guy, really nice guy.
Night 1 of Halloween Havoc.
Ooh, Halloween, and we're watching Halloween Havoc right now. I didn't plan any of this. I swear to God.
All very spooky. That the pumpkins are lining up the way they are.
Oh, okay. I thought we were gonna cut to a video package or something. If it was Van Hammer playing guitar, I was just gonna leave.
That Bill Kazmaier match was all the package I needed to see.
Yeah, that was. Whew. Speaking of packages, here comes Tom Zink,
It's
Yeah.
Tom
right,
Zink, the first total package.
the Z-Man.
With about as much bloody talent as the other total package.
Yeah, but I bet the ladies loved the Z-Man back in the day, though.
Oh, yeah, you could see that.
He
Oh,
probably didn't have a hard time at the bar.
Ladies love some of that Z-Man. He's facing the WCW Phantom, which I don't know who it is. I know Glenn knows. Don't spoil it.
The Phantom?
Yeah,
The Opera is here.
The Phantom of the Opera is here. Yeah, he came from underneath the house. Is what happened.
Is it Terrorizing?
Probably. It's Atlanta Braves pitcher John Smoltz, as a matter of fact. It's 7. Do you guys remember the Goldust character 7?
That's actually what I thought it was when he was coming out. I thought it was 7. He's got the half black, half white face paint, so it's got to be.
That's fucking Rick Rude.
Roddy Piper.
Goddamn fucking Rick Rude.
Rick Rude.
God damn it. It took me like 1 second.
I told you, didn't I? When you said not to tell you who it was.
I could tell by his fucking face that it was Rick Rude.
The minute he walked out, you all know who it is.
Yeah, you're right, Glenn. You are correct.
I hope I don't see him sell an atomic drop.
At least they were smart enough to send him out here like all covered up, because if he came out here with no shirt on, you'd be like, come on.
Yeah. Start the old wiggling.
Anti-debut episode of a Mare of Nips or a Mare of. Oh God, he made him in the junk.
That's a dirty rotten trick here by the WCW Phantom. That thing's like all the way in his mouth. I don't think the mask is supposed to go on like that. They said, just borrow Mr. Wrestling number 2's mask. He said, it don't fucking fit.
He's probably trying to hide his luscious moustache.
Oh,
you couldn't hide that with that. You can see that thing through there.
I know you can, but
how much do you think Rick Rude charged for mustache rides?
Oh.
Do you think he could get his Lloyds of London payout if he just wrestled as the WCW Phantom during the time when he was getting?
I mean, he really should have thought of that. He really should have thought of that. But I feel like he just did the Rude Awakening. So like,
yeah,
there was a guy in the red shirt right here in the front row. He said to his buddy, "That's fucking Rick Rude right there. I tell you what."
Yeah,
I know it is. I know that porn stash anywhere. Rick Rude, you motherfucker. I know that's you.
Sticking Rick Rude in a mask is almost as blasphemous as Golga.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And having him in a bodysuit, like, why would you stick that man in and ever wear a shirt? If I look like Rick Rude, I'd never wear a shirt ever. I would grocery shop with just pushing my cart with no shirt on.
And they wouldn't even tell you should no shirt, no shoes, no service. They'd be like, "Come on through, sir. Come on through."
Yeah.
Just come on through.
Live,
Start
December
91.
29th.
I don't know what year we're gonna go to after this one. I'm thinking either 95 or 2000.
Ooh, 2000's a good bad year.
I'm thinking 2000's the one that we should go with, because I love me some WCW 2000 because it's
fantastic.
It's awfully good.
There's no matches that can be skipped. You're like, oh, yep, all of these will watch.
You basically watch any WCW Thunder and you're gonna laugh.
Yeah. Speaking of laughing,
we got the Patriots here.
Yeah.
They're the US tag team champions. How could they not be? They're the Patriots.
Wait, they actually held the tag championship? I don't even remember that.
I don't recall the U.S. tag team championships being a thing. So,
no.
Oh, he's impressed. Gary Michael Capetta is impressed. He said, "Ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome to the ring right now the bandana throwing champions of the Midwest. It's the Patriots."
The bandana and beret barrage.
That should have been their name. That's way better than the Patriots. Are we getting a unification match here? Because they got belts as well. They're the world tag team champions.
They're world tag team champions.
This might be the first time we've ever watched an Arn Anderson match on the show. No Battle Bowl.
Well, yeah, and we watched. Me and Glenn watched him beat up some jobbers with Sid on the Sid show too. Larry Zabisco was like, "Hey guys, I wrestled Bruno in Madison Square Garden. Yeah, I was a world champion."
We had a lot of Minneapolis guys in here. We had Tom Zink, Rick Rude, and now Bruno.
Bruno.
And
They always
technically-
said that Arn was from Minnesota, but
Yeah.
like he's not.
He's
Because
from
he sounds
Rome,
like
Georgia. He's got as thick of a Southern accent as there is.
That's about as ridiculous as Stone Cold Steve Austin being built from Hollywood, California. No,
Nope.
he sounds Texas as
called-
fuck.
Austin for a reason.
Yeah, fucking hilarious. All right, here we go. Larry Zbyszko taking on Trapzilla, aka Firebreaker Chip.
It's so hard to tell the age of Larry Zbyszko and Arn Anderson.
they're both either
They might be
72 or 35. We don't know.
they might be the same age as Firebreaker Chip, or they might be twice his age. I'm not sure.
We're not sure. They're either old enough to be his father, his brother, or his grandfather. We don't know. Here we go. Oh, what a big shoulder block here by Firebreaker Chip, which that's a stripper name if I ever heard one. Firebreaker Chip.
Chip, yeah.
Sliding down the pole next. It's Firebreaker Chip. I'm going to stop because I was going to say something really inappropriate.
Did you see like that late 90s AI like yearbook thing that everybody's been doing?
Yes, for God's sakes.
I was just picturing like if Arn Anderson did it and he just broke their program. It's just a picture of him. It doesn't matter. It's just always
They're like, I don't know.
It's just always him with a mustache and beard.
He's the same age in every picture. It makes no sense.
He broke their program.
Yeah.
At this point, Arn Anderson was 32 and Larry Zbyszko was 40.
Oh my God.
I'm 2 years older than Larry Zbyszko there.
He looks at least 43. At least. Oh man. I also I don't like the Patriots. What's this guy's name? The fucking guy who's supposed to be in the army? Is his name the Patriot?
Yeah,
it
he's
is.
the Patriot.
And
I think
He's a big man.
Wilkes.
his name is the Patriot and his fucking tag team name is the
Patriots.
God damn it.
Arn is like he's more upset about this than having to work with El Gigante.
Well, I don't know about that.
No, not that.
There's nothing worse than working with Big George. Well, here we go. Things are getting heated. I don't like Firebreaker Chip's face. I don't know why, but I just don't like it.
No, I don't either.
His full name is Delbert Alexander Wilkes.
Really?
That's Del Wilkes?
No, that's the wrong Patriot, I think.
That's the WWF Patriot.
Well, I mean, it's the
That's
Mad
the
Patriot.
Patriot. That's the only Patriot that comes up. And I thought it was the same.
Maybe it is. Maybe he put a mask on. I don't know.
Hmm.
I guess it could be the same guy, but I thought the other guy was a lot shorter.
I don't
he's
like
like
his
the same
face,
height as
so I
Bret
get why he
Hart.
would want to cover it up. I hope I'm wrong and that his name isn't the Patriot. Like it's like the Army Man or something like that. It's G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe's his name.
Yeah, he wrestled for AWA, the Global Wrestling Federation, All Japan Pro Wrestling, World WCW, and the WWF, all as the Patriot.
Oh, it's Todd Champion in Firebreaker Chip. So he's not known as the Patriot. His name is Todd Champion.
All right.
Dang it, I was hoping that they gave him a name like Ulysses Sean Armstead or something. So his initials were USA.
Yeah.
And they all have to be like historical figures because like Ulysses S. Grant, so Ulysses. And then
Oh,
Oh, I don't know what happened there. Poor Arn.
I don't know. It was as though Arn actually jumped out of the ring.
oh.
We're getting a pile driver on the cement.
Oh
on
no way.
cement?
That was
It was as though that guy didn't have the power to actually get him over the top rope. So Arn jumped just to take a bump on.
these
Oh, gosh.
these are proud Americans are doing heel shit right now. They're like Hulk Hogan.
Hmm.
Oh, there we go.
Here we go. There's a bit more. That's
Larry-
a bit more like it.
Larry
Pee-wee
punched the
really-
kid in the back of the head and then he whispered in his ear, "You know, I made a venom with Bruno."
I wrestled Bruno in the garden.
It's a blood feud. I was gonna say no. It was it's Greg Gagne that trained Tiffany Stratton, right? Not No, I don't know why I was thinking Larry Zbyszko. I mean, Larry Zbyszko and fucking Greg Gagne could be, like the same person.
Larry Zbyszko being 40 here still blows my mind, or 41 or whatever it was.
Him and Arn Anderson looking the exact same age, even though they're like almost 10 years difference. Is amazing to me. I don't like his hair or his face. I just don't. I don't know what it is about him, but I don't like this guy either.
He kind of reminds me a lot of Duke.
Duke the Dumpster Drosy?
No, Hudson.
Oh, that's why I don't fucking like his face. You just pointed it out. That's why. He looks like Duke fucking Hudson.
He does. Even Rocks like him. He reminds me of Duke Hudson.
No wonder I don't like this fucking guy. It makes perfect sense now.
Oh, what's that spinning back kick by Larry? Old Duke Hudson here.
Here we go. Oh, yeah.
Who's the woman that does the backstage backstage interviewing on SmackDown? I can't remember her name.
Is Jackie Redmond on both shows? I know she's on Raw. Oh,
I don't know.
Taylor Braxton, I think, is on SmackDown.
Yeah, it might be Kayla Braxton.
Oh yeah. Well, tonight she was interviewing Kevin Owens.
Oh, Kathy Kelly.
Kathy Kelly, that was
it.
He said, "Is there nobody you want to punch? I'll punch them for you."
I want to punch a lot of people, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that list is going to be long for you, Brent.
It's
How long do you have, Kevin?
Yeah. How much time you got, buddy? Lots of people I'd like to punch. It'd be great. Matter of fact, that's my plan if I ever win the lottery. Watch out, internet trolls. I'm coming to your house.
She says, "You sure that there's nobody you want to punch? Not even Austin Theory?" And she laughed then.
Well, that's another face that just it's looking to be punched.
Yeah, even Kevin Owens, it's a face that needs punching.
Absolutely. Him and Brent. That used to be Duke Hudson used to be called Brennan Vink. Do you guys remember that when he was Brennan Vink?
Yeah.
I hated him more then because that name really sucks, Brennan Vink. Which is probably his real name.
Yeah, I think it might be his real name.
Sorry, Duke. I'm sure you're a nice guy, but that face of yours, pal, you need to fix it.
I liked when he was the poker player, though.
The referee nearly pinned him there.
Randy Anderson, Unified Tag Team Champion. Who would have thunk it?
Oh,
nice little backbreaker there by Larry. This is probably a too good for us match too.
Yeah, this has been too good. Although the Firebreaker, or not Chip, the Patriot here is trying to ruin the match. The other guy isn't that bad.
Todd Champion, you mean?
Yeah, Todd Champion.
I think we've said that before when they've been on.
Yeah, the other guy's a serviceable worker. This guy is not. This guy's terrible.
Yeah.
This guy sucks. This guy sucks.
To be fair, Arn and Larry are doing a good job selling for him, though.
I mean, yeah, it was an impressive suplex that he just did there. Oh, here we go. Firebreaker Chip's about to heat up the ring like he heats up the stage, if you know what I mean.
A house of Firebreaker.
A house of Firebreaker, and then he ate some chips. That's how he came up with his name, Firebreaker Chip. Sorry.
He's surely not going to beat these two single-handed.
He's gonna. I believe in him. He's a fireman.
Here.
He's a fireman, Glenn. He can do anything. He is a fireman.
Oh.
He's the fireman. Fireman. Sorry.
They should have had the ref cam on him there, because the stuff that he got in the way of him.
Oh, he knocker. Beautiful spine buster by Arn Anderson.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Thank God that's over.
And that's it. That it is Arn Anderson. I don't know if they're like the Unified Tag Team Champions or not now, so I'm interested to see if they give them all the belts. They've only got one belt. Here's a replay of what happened. So he knocks with Bruno here. I'm sorry, Larry Zbyszko here. And then spine buster by old Double A. And he says, "That's it. He's finished. I'm from Minnesota."
Minnesota accent versus like a Georgia accent. Completely different. Minnesota. Like Otis. Otis has a Minnesota accent. Is he from Minnesota?
Oh, fuck, he might be. So that's actually the last match because we're not gonna watch Ron Simmons and we're not gonna watch Ron Simmons and Lex Luger in a 2 out of 3 falls match because that's gonna be. I mean, I like Ron Simmons as a wrestler. Lex Luger's quite boring, and I don't know who decided to think that Lex Luger should ever have a 2 out of 3 fucking falls match on pay-per-view, but it's not a good idea.
Yeah, he can body slam a man on a boat, but outside of that,
And he wasn't even good. He wasn't even good at that, pal. He wasn't even good at that, pal.
Yeah, Otis is born in Minnesota.
Okay, he has a Minnesotan accent. That makes sense.
Mayor, do you ever remember? It was a cartoon show. Glenn probably has never seen it, but it was on. It was on in the States. Bobby's World.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and how his mom would talk. Oh yeah, don't you know?
Yeah. That was Bob. What's the bald guy's name? The comedian
Howie Mandel.
Howie Mandel. Yeah, it was him who did
germaphobe.
Bobby's voice.
Yeah, it was him when he was a kid. You know who Howie Mandel is, Glenn?
Yes, I've heard of him.
Yeah, he's a big star. I'm just kidding.
Well, he probably makes big star category. I think he's one of the main hosts of that America's Got Talent. So,
They're still
been on
doing
there
that.
many. Yeah, that was just on recently. I think it just ended last week or maybe 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we get that over here. They sort of stick it on one of the back channels.
Do they have a British? Do you have a British Dancing with the Stars?
Yeah, it's called Strictly Come Dancing.
Oh yeah, you told me that. You've told me this. I like that name better. Actually, Strictly Come Dancing. That's a good one.
Because we used to have a thing back in the day that was the BBC used to put on, which was basically competition ballroom, and they called it Come Dancing. So when they brought this celebrity thing on, they merged Strictly Ballroom and Come Dancing, so we get Strictly Come Dancing.
There's the history of Dancing with the Stars in the UK.
Yeah, if I try to watch Dancing with the Stars, I think I usually can recognize like one celebrity on there.
Yeah,
These are the celebrities. Who are these people?
Right, never heard of them. That's like when you see like advertisements for like the MTV Video Music Awards or whatever. I'm like, I know who 2 of those people are.
And they probably are big celebrities. I just do not keep up with like modern pop culture whatsoever.
Yeah.
Well,
if it's not Taylor Swift, I don't know, man.
Last season, Tony Adams did it, the ex-Arsenal defender.
Oh, well, we get a lot of football players to do it. The football players are usually the ones that win it over here.
Yeah.
No, he was never going to win it.
No.
He got through about 3 weeks with a sympathy vote.
Did he headbutt his dance partner?
No, he certainly didn't.
He should have. That would have got him through.
It was Tony Adams. It wasn't Vinnie Jones.
Oh, okay.
I just listened to Vinnie Jones' Crime and Sports episode like a couple of days ago. He made a critical mistake. They said he went on vacation to South Dakota.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no one goes on vacation to South
Why?
Dakota. I guess no one could corroborate that because who's going to know if you're in South Dakota?
No.
Yeah, no, because he got into like a fight at a bar, and the dumbest thing about it was like, he wanted to play pool with these guys, and like how a small town bar can get. People are fucking territorial, and especially when everybody knows him, they're like, "Who the fuck are you?" And so he tried to play pool with these guys, and if it was me, I'd be like, "Fucking sweet, we're about to play fucking pool with the guy from X-Men, but not these guys." So they like beat him up, but then he ended up whooping the shit out of those guys after they beat him up. They said to him, "Have you had enough, old man?" And that was the wrong thing to say.
Back in the day, they called that Wimbledon side that he played for the Crazy Game.
Oh, yeah, I heard stories.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And most of them are true as well.
He fucking hates Arsenal, they said. Hates them.
Yeah, he does.
Because he's in a movie called Euro Trip that was popular over here, and he plays a soccer hooligan, and he had to be an Arsenal fan, and he said he hated it because he would.
Yeah. You think that back when he was playing, Arsenal had some decent hard men in their team as well, so there was a lot of animosity going around at that time.
Sports were a lot rougher back in those days. All sports.
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, I think that's it for this go around of AWI Pod Worldwide. Glenn, who we got to plug before we get you to bed here?
I'm booking the Tankatory.
Territory?
I'm booking the territory. I'm not doing I'm booking the Tankatory anymore.
I was saying,
they've got a new thing now. It came out this week. I'll just bring it up because I've forgotten what they call it. They're calling it Unstacking T Daddy Tory. And they're telling the story of 1981 of Giant Haystacks versus Big Daddy and how it led up to the biggest ever attended wrestling match with 81,000 people at Wembley.
Wow.
What is the total combined weight of Haystacks and Big Daddy?
Oh,
I mean, that has to be over 1,000 pounds, right?
Reinforce the ring, pal.
At least.
I can't.
let's not try to do math, Glenn. It's too late for that.
I know. I know his heaviest Giant Haystacks was like 600 pound odd.
Is that what he Loch Ness and WCW?
Yeah, probably. And Daddy was about 350, 400. So yeah, it wasn't far off. 1,000 pounds worth of mass.
The size of a car.
Yeah. DDT Wrestling with DC and Doc. I believe the Doctor Who podcast are in the process of recording their new episodes coming out soon. And of course, Andy at the Bang Bang podcast, he's doing stuff with his old partner Steve, and that should be coming out soon as well.
Give all of those fine folks and individuals a listen and a follow on whatever social media platform they may be involved in. Mr. Perfect, anything you'd like to say?
I'd like to say everyone needs to check out Mr. Thomas Bryce on all of the social media platforms at Thomas Bryce 2017 and follow Sportswire Radio. I'm looking, I can't see it up there.
I'll put it up there and post.
But yeah, sports. I'm going to pretend I'm pointing to it right now. Sportswire Radio.
Nobody
right
can see this anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. I'm pointing actually at Glenn, but I'm pointing at Sportswire Radio.
Yeah.
Follow Thomas Bryce and listen to Sportswire Radio and the Sportinarium app.
Sportinarium is good that you remember that because I never can. Yeah, that's it. That's all. Make sure you check out Warrant to Attitude. We're working our way to the Canadian Stampede pay-per-view, which is going to be one hell of a show. We didn't watch one hell of a Raw this week, but one hell of a show. And make sure you, of course, check out The Life and Times of Psycho Sid because he doesn't know shit. Episode 6 will be out. It's out currently as you're listening to this, so check that out. And I think that's all I got. So the only thing left to do is for Glenn to say
goodbye.
Broomsticks.
Oh, I'm breaking all them things.